You had 100 billion chances and ways to have avoided today, but you decided to spill my blood. You forced me into a corner and gave me only one option. The decision was yours. Now you have blood on your hands that will never wash off.
This is Seung-Hui Cho, the man responsible for the deadliest school shooting in U.S. history. A deeply troubled individual, Cho struggled with severe mental health issues and social isolation for years. Cho carried out a brutal attack at Virginia Tech, leaving 32 people dead before taking his own life. What led him to commit such an atrocity? Let's take a deeper look into his story. April 16, 2007, a day that would go down as the deadliest school shooting in U.S. history. The tranquil campus of Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia, was shattered by unimaginable violence. This is the story of the Virginia Tech Massacre, a timeline of terror, tragedy, and loss. The horror began in the early morning hours. At 7:15 a.m., police received a 911 call reporting gunshots at West Ambler Johnston Hall, a co-ed dormitory. Inside, 2 students, Emily Hilcher and Ryan Clark, had been shot. Clark, a resident advisor, was likely caught in the crossfire while responding to the situation. The shooter was nowhere to be found. Before the Virginia Tech Massacre, Seung-Hui Cho took several disturbing photos of himself, often in dark or unsettling settings. These images, when looked at in hindsight, reveal a man struggling with isolation and anger. They offer a chilling glimpse into Cho's mental state in the days leading up to the attack, reflecting his inner turmoil and the disturbing path he was on. The photos serve as a haunting reminder of his growing distress and isolation before the tragedy. Authorities initially believed it was an isolated domestic incident, and the campus was not placed on lockdown. This tragic miscalculation would prove fatal. Meanwhile, the shooter, Seung-Hui Cho, a 23-year-old English major with a history of mental health issues, was on his way to enact his deadly plan. He had previously been diagnosed with severe anxiety disorder and had exhibited disturbing behavior, yet red flags were missed. This interview offers a heartbreaking and powerful glimpse into the terrifying moments that unfolded during the attack.
We heard the first shots at around 9:40 a.m. I was sitting on the wall of the classroom, so in the hallway, and I could hear the shots getting closer and closer very quickly. I mean, there was only a few seconds between the first time we heard them and when he actually walked in.
The survivor's vivid account of hearing the shots getting closer, the sheer panic as the shooter entered the classroom.
And our teacher, she opened the door and she peered outside and she immediately shut the door and she said, "Call 911. And right then, he walked in just seconds after.
And the indescribable fear of not knowing if she would survive is chilling. Her survival instinct, trying to remain as still and silent as possible, highlights the overwhelming chaos and uncertainty of that day.
He killed 12 people in my classroom, including our teacher. I noticed very quickly after the shooting, just my outlook on things, my behaviors, my attitudes, what I valued really shifted and has changed dramatically. You're much more grateful for small things in life because at the end of the day, you get to be there. You get to experience traffic. You get to feel, the frustration of being alive, and that's something that we can never forget to not take for granted.
The shift in her perspective on life is especially moving. Her newfound appreciation for even the smallest moments and the way her outlook has forever changed serves as a poignant reminder of how trauma can reshape one's understanding of existence. The emotional weight of this interview is a stark reflection of the deep, lasting impact that such a traumatic event has on the survivors. At 9:01 a.m., Cho mailed a package to NBC News containing videos, photographs, and a manifesto filled with hate and delusions of persecution. By then, he had already made his way to Norris Hall, armed with 2 handguns. At 9:40 a.m., Cho chained the doors of Norris Hall, preventing escape. He moved from classroom to classroom, executing students and faculty members with calculated precision. The first victims were Professor Liviu Librescu, who died shielding his students and students in room 206. Within 11 minutes, Cho killed 30 people and wounded 17 more. Some students played dead, while others jumped from windows to escape. Cho showed no mercy. At 9:51 a.m., as police breached the building, Cho turned the gun on himself, ending his life. The nightmare was over, but the scars would remain forever. The death toll, 32 innocent lives lost, families shattered, a campus in mourning. The investigation revealed Cho's history of mental illness and previous warnings that had gone unheeded. Could this tragedy have been prevented? The massacre reignited debates on gun control and mental health care in the United States, but despite calls for reform, mass shootings continue to plague the nation. We remember the victims, students, teachers, and heroes who lost their lives that day. Their stories must never be forgotten. The Virginia Tech Massacre remains one of the darkest moments in American history, a reminder of the fragility of life and the urgency of addressing the root causes of such tragedies. What do you think about this case? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please like and share it. It really helps spread awareness. For more true crime documentaries, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.